Yarrney.
Hello, welcome to Yarrney. In this tutorial, you will learn how to make this 3D letter N. It's a very easy project suitable for beginners. The stitches you need to know for this project are basically the slip knot and chain, the single crochet, the increase technique, and the decrease technique. So if you're unfamiliar with any of these stitches and techniques, don't worry. I will go slow at least once in this tutorial for all of these stitches and technique, so you can follow along. Otherwise, we do have very slow and detailed tutorials on the Yarrney channel if you want to master these stitches and techniques. Now, in terms of material, I'm using this bulky weight number 5 yarn by Big Twist. You can use a different type of yarn. It doesn't matter. If it's a bigger yarn, the project will end up bigger. If it's smaller yarn, the project will just be smaller. Other than yarn, I'm going to use, of course, a crochet hook. So I'm using a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. If you're using a different yarn, just use a different size of hook that will be suitable for the yarn. Some scissors to cut your yarn, and just a yarn needle, but don't worry, there's not a lot of sewing at all. It's just to hide the tail end at the very end of the project. Now, of course, you will need some stuffing, so you can have fiberfill, yarn scrap, or anything you have, so you can stuff your project in the middle here to have the 3D effect. In order to do a 3D letter N, we basically have to do 2 of these flat letter ends here, and then we will merge them together, one on top of each other. We will single crochet all around the border and put some stuffing in the middle to get the 3D effect. And this letter N is basically working in 3 parts. So we're gonna start with this portion here, going all the way up, and then these 2 little legs here are 2 separate parts that we will join. So as a starting point, we will do a slip knot and chain foundation. To do the slip knot, you take the tail end of your yarn, wrap it around your index finger, bring it on top of your working yarn, which is the side that's attached to your ball of yarn. Then with the working yarn, you wrap it around your index finger. So now you have 2 loops on your finger here. Take the back loop forward, and then you have your slip knot. So then you take your hook, insert it in the loop here, tighten it, and we can start with our chains. So we will start with 9 chain as our foundation. So to do a chain, you wrap the yarn around your hook like this. You pull the yarn with your hook through the loop on the hook here. So that's 1 chain, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So for our row number 1, it's very simple. We're just going to do 8 single crochet starting from the 2nd chain from the hook. So the loop on the hook does not count as a chain. So your first chain from the hook is this first V formation here. So we're not doing it here. We're doing it in the 2nd chain from the hook, which is the next one here. So you insert your hook in the 2nd chain from the hook, pull the yarn back through the chain like this. You have 2 loops on your hook, wrap the yarn around your hook, pull it through both loops, and you have your single crochet. So that is 1. So we do 7 more for a total of 8 for our row number 1. So you just go 1 single crochet per chain. So I have 2 here, 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, and lastly 8. So this is basically row number 1. Now in between each row, we definitely want to chain 1. So chain 1 like this. Turn your project around. So the chain does not count as a stitch, and we're going to do row number 2 with 7 single crochet, and at the last stitch we're going to do an increase. So increase is inserting 2 stitches in 1 stitch. So we will start with 7 single crochet, 1 in each stitch. So the first stitch here, you don't count the chain here as a stitch. This at the base here is your first stitch. So you do 7 single crochet, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, okay, 6, 7. So this is my 7 single crochet. Then you will have 1 stitch left here to work on. This last stitch you will do an increase, which is you're inserting 2 single crochet in this last stitch. So insert your first one single crochet, and then you insert a second one in this exact last stitch. So that's an increase, and that's row number 2. So now chain 1, turn your project around. In this one you have 9 single crochet to do, 1 in each stitch. So starting from your first stitch here, without counting the chain, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this is row number 3. Now we will chain 1, turn our project around. Row 4, we will do 8 single crochet, and the last stitch will be an increase. So we do 8 single crochet, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then the last stitch is an increase, meaning 2 stitches in this last stitch. So 1 single crochet and then a second single crochet in this exact same stitch, and this is row number 4. Now chain 1, turn our project around. Now row 5, very simple, 10 single crochet, 1 in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And this is row number 5. Now chain 1, we will turn our project around. Now row 6, again, we will do 9 single crochet, so 1 in each stitch for the 9th first stitch, and the last stitch we're doing an increase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, and then you will have 1 stitch left to work on, and you will do an increase, so 2 single crochet in this last stitch here. So 1 and 2, and this is row number 6. Chain 1, turn our project around. Row number 7, very simple, we're going to do 11 single crochet, so just 1 single crochet in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And this is row number 7. Now chain 1, turn our project around. Row 8, we're doing 10 single crochet in the first 10 stitch. Last stitch will be an increase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then you will have a 1 stitch that is not worked on. There will be an increase, so 2 single crochet in this last stitch. So 1 and then the 2 in the exact last stitch here. Now you chain 1, turn your project around. Row 9, very straightforward. 1 single crochet in each stitch, so for a total of 12 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then 11 and 12, and this is your row number 9. Now we will chain 1, turn our project around, and so for row 10, pretty easy as well. 11 single crochet, 1 in each of the 11 first stitch. You will have 1 stitch at the end to do an increase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then the last stitch will be an increase. So 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet in the exact same stitch. Now we would chain 1, turn our project around, and now it's exactly 1 single crochet in each stitch again. So it's basically 13 single crochet. So 1 single crochet in each stitch here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so 13 single crochet, and that basically ends your row number 11. Now chain 1, turn our project around. So for row 12, we will do 12 single crochet in the first 12 stitch, and then an increase as the last stitch. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and then you have a last stitch here that you will do an increase, so 2 single crochet in this last stitch. So 1 and 2. Now this is the end of row 12, chain 1, row 13, we will do 14 single crochet, so 1 single crochet in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, and 14 single crochet. So this is your row number 13. Now we will chain 1, turn our project around. Row 14 is going to be a slightly bit different, but not complicated. So we will start with 13 single crochet, 1 in each stitch. Then we will do an increase as the last stitch here, and then we will add 9 chains. So let's see how that goes. So 13 single crochet, 1 in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13. So then you have one last stitch here left. You will do an increase, meaning 2 single crochet in the exact same stitch. So 1 and 2. Once we've done that, we add 9 chains here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. So this basically concludes our row number 14. Now for row 15, it's pretty straightforward. We'll basically work 23 single crochet, so 1 in each stitch. So we're basically working 8 single crochet in this chain portion here, and the remaining of the single crochet will be worked on this solid portion here. So now starting from, so for row 15, starting from the second chain from the hook, so loop on the hook again does not count as a chain. You have a first V formation next to the hook. We're not doing our first stitch here. We're doing our first stitch in the second chain from the hook. So this is your first single crochet here. So 1, and then you continue in the next chain, so 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you get to the 8th single crochet, which is on this chain here. And then your 9th single crochet will be on this solid portion here. So this is your 9th single crochet on this solid portion, and then 10, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and then 23. And this concludes row number 15. So now chain 1, turn our project around. Row 16 is very straightforward. You just do single crochet again, 1 in each stitch for 23 stitches in total. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and lastly the 23rd single crochet here. And this concludes row number 16. So now we will, as usual, chain 1, turn our project around. So row 17, we're going to do 13 single crochet, 1 in each stitch, and then we will do a decrease stitch, which means we're merging 2 stitch together. So let's start with our 13 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13. And now the next stitch, we will do a decrease, meaning we're merging the next 2 stitch into one. So to do that, we insert our hook in the next stitch. Put the yarn around your hook and pull it back through the stitch. And then you insert your hook in the following stitch. And then wrap the yarn around your hook, pull it back through the stitch. And you have 3 loops on your hook. And then wrap the yarn around your hook, pull it through all 3 loops, and this is your decrease stitch. So this is row 17, and that's it. We don't continue here. So we would chain 1, we turn our project around, and we move on to row 18, which is very easy. We're doing 14 single crochet, 1 in each stitch, basically. So 14 single crochet. So I just completed 2, 3rd, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So this is row 18. Now chain 1, turn our project around. For row 19, we will do 12 single crochet, 1 in each stitch, and the last 2 stitch we'll do a decrease, merging them together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and then you have 2 stitches at the end that you will do a decrease, merging them together. So inserting your hook in the next stitch, pull the yarn back, insert your hook in the last stitch, and then pull the yarn back, 3 loops on your hook, wrap the yarn around your hook, pull it through all 3 loops. And that's it. This is row 19. Chain 1, turn our project around. Row 20, straightforward, 1 single crochet in each stitch for 13 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then 13. So this is row number 20. So after row 20, we will chain 1, turn our project around. Row 21, we will do 11 single crochet, 1 in each stitch, and at the end there will be 2 stitches remaining. We will do a decrease stitch to merge the 2 together. So I have 2, 3, so just do your single crochet, 1 in each stitch. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then the last stitch you have 2 left. You just do your decrease stitch, and this concludes row number 21. Now we chain 1, turn our project around. Row 22, very easy. Just do your single crochet as usual, so 1 in each stitch, and we will do basically 12 stitches, so 12 single crochet. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and this is your row number 22. So as usual, chain 1, turn our project around. So now for row number 23, again we will do 10 single crochet, and you will have 2 left. At the end you will do a decrease, so 1 single crochet in each stitch for the first 10 stitch, which will yield for 10 single crochet. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you will see you have 2 stitches left at the end of the row. You will do a decrease stitch to merge them together. And that's it. This is row number 23, chain 1, turn our project around. Row 24, super straightforward, 1 single crochet in each stitch for the entire row here, for a total of 11 stitches. So I just did 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So this is row number 24. Now we will chain 1, turn our project around. Row 25. Again, we will start with 9 single crochet, so 1 in each stitch, and at the end we will do a decrease stitch to merge the last 2 stitch together. So 9 single crochet for the first 9 stitch. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and then you have last 2 stitch here. You will do a decrease stitch, and this is your row 25. So chain 1, turn your project around. Row 26, super straightforward, 10 single crochet, so 1 in each stitch. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this is your row 26. Now chain 1, turn your project around. Row 27, start with 8 single crochet, 1 in each stitch, and at the end you will have 2 stitches left, which will do a decrease. So I'm at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you will see at the end you have 2 stitches left here, so you will do a decrease stitch, merging the 2 together. So 1 and 2. That's it. This is row 27. Chain 1, turn our project around. Row 28, you will do 9 single crochet, so 1 in each stitch. Very straightforward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this is row number 28. Now chain 1, turn our project around. We only have row 29 and 30 to do before we move on to part 2 and 3. So 29, you do 7 single crochet, 1 in each stitch, and at the end you will have 2 stitches left, which you will do a decrease stitch. So you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 7. After you've done 7 single crochet, you have 2 stitches left. You will do a decrease stitch. So 1 and 2. So merging the two together is a decrease stitch. Now chain 1, turn our project around, row 30, last row for part 1 here, we would do 8 single crochet, 1 in each stitch. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So this is basically the last row for part 1. What we're going to do, just cut the yarn. It doesn't need to be too long. And then what you want to do is just pull onto the yarn with your hook like this. So this will secure the stitch. So this is part 1. And now we will work on part 2, which is just basically adding the leg of the end, and then part 3 adding the leg of the end. Part 2 and 3 are actually the exact same thing. So part 2, to do the little leg, you have your end kind of part 1 shaped like this. Just turn it around, and then we will start with this portion here. So what we want to do is basically you want to count 8 stitches, but it should end at the very base here where this line meets with this line here. This should be our first stitch here. So, but just make sure it's 8 stitches. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So my hook is under the 8th stitch here. And then you just take your yarn, just wrap it around your hook here and pull it like this. And then for the first stitch, just use your finger to hold on to this loose piece here so that it stays put. And then we just want to start with the chain 1. And then where you have inserted your hook here at the very base here, just insert your first single crochet. So I have 1 here. And then you just continue inserting 7 more single crochet. You want a total of 8 single crochet on this piece here. So just continue inserting single crochet. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So this is row number 1 of our part 2 here. And then basically it's going to be the exact same thing in each row. We want to do a total of 14 rows of 8 single crochet in each row. In between each row, you always want to chain 1. You will turn your project around, and then you continue adding 8 single crochet in each row. So we just completed row 1. So row 2, very easy, 1 single crochet in each stitch for a total of 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then this is row number 2. So just keep going, chain 1 in between each row, turn your project around, and we just completed 2 rows like this. So do 12 more rows of 8 single crochet in each row for a total of 14 rows. And then I will meet you towards the end of your 14 row of 8 single crochet. Okay, so I'm at the last stitch of my row 14 here of single crochet. So after you have completed that, just go ahead and cut your yarn. Again, doesn't need to be too long. And then you want to again pull the yarn with your hook so that it secures the stitch. And this is part 2 completed, and we just have to do this leg here, which is basically, like I said, the exact same concept as this leg. So just turn your end here so that you can start from this side, and again you will count 8 stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Insert your hook under the 8th stitch here, and we will just join our yarn here, pull the yarn through the 8th stitch, use your fingers to hold it still, chain 1, and then you insert your first single crochet at this exact space where you inserted your hook here. So your first single crochet, and then you just keep going, 8 single crochet in each row. So this first row here, we're doing 8 single crochet. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So then this is row 1, so chain 1, turn your project around, again 8 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So like I said, it's the exact same concept as the other leg you just did. So chain 1 in between each row. You want to do a total of 14 rows of 8 single crochet in each row. So we just completed 2 rows. So go ahead and do 12 more rows in order to reach the total of 14 rows, and I will meet you here towards the end of row 14. All right, so I just reached my last single crochet of row 14 here of part 3. So after doing this, now there's basically 2 options here. If this is the first flat letter N you're doing, you can go ahead, cut your yarn, pull the yarn with your hook so that it secures the stitch. But if this is the second one, so like me, I have another one already completed, we're basically ready to fill the middle and just single crochet all around the border to join the 2 pieces together to finish the project. So if that's the case, do not cut the yarn. We simply use this and continue doing single crochet around the edge. So take your second N and just put one on top of each other. Make sure it's perfectly aligned. And then when it's perfectly aligned, you can basically just start crocheting all around. So what you would do is aligning this, and then you insert your hook in the next stitch of both pieces here, and then you single crochet, and this is how you join the 2 pieces together. Just single crochet like this, so I've done about 4 single crochet. As you can see, it's joining the 2 pieces. And then if you have these little, loose tails here, just make sure you put them inside the project as you go around. And if some are on the outside, just use your hook to pull them on the inside, basically, just so that it's hidden inside. And as you go around the project, make sure you stuff the middle before you completely shut, so that you have the 3D effect. So use fiber fill or yarn scrap, anything you have to fill the middle portion here. So I will continue doing single crochet all around, and you do the same, and then we will see at the end how we finish the project here. And I just want to show you guys, when you arrive at a corner, in order for the corner to be sharper, you insert your regular stitch here of single crochet, but insert a second one in the exact same corner that you just inserted the stitch here. This way it will make the edge a little bit sharper, and it also naturally kind of guides your hook from doing this side here to this side by just adding one additional stitch to the corner. And then you just continue as usual, 1 single crochet per stitch going all around. So once you have been all around the project, stuffed your project, you're at the last stitch, we will end it with a slip stitch. So insert your hook in the next stitch, pull the yarn through the stitch and also through the loop on the hook here. So this is a slip stitch. Now once you've done that, you just cut the yarn, doesn't need to be too long, and then you pull it through, secure the stitch. We can just use a yarn needle just to go and hide this yarn inside the project. So anywhere inside the project, basically. Like this, just pull onto it, and then you can cut the yarn. And this is how you achieve a 3D letter N. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. As always, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and I'll see you soon for another tutorial. Thank you so much for watching.